Hello and welcome to week 2 of Cerus eSports Tear Through ESEA. We're in the second game of the season so far, and they found themselves up against one hell of an opponent group. CLG Red is opposing them. The all-female team of CLG's CSGO division is here tonight up against our boys Cerus eSports. Welcome to the stream. My name is Brightside.
My name is Side Dish.
And we're going to be guiding you through today's CSGO action. Cerus eSports and CLG Red both so far spotting 1-0 as their record for the season at a very high level of ESEA competition. And the map of today is Inferno. Cerus eSports, definitely one of their preferred maps, but CLG Red, no doubt that they have a lot of experience. Miss Harvey, Rafinej, and DIV are both fantastic riflers, or rather all fantastic riflers, on the part of CLG Red, but Cerus eSports themselves bring a wealth of talent. CJB and Drawsoul, along with JMZ, I believe on the AWP, have proven their worth over the past few matches, as well as in other leagues. So we're looking to see if they can bring that talent here tonight. Here on Inferno, we have a huge sideline mid. We have really close quarters combats on the site. What do you think is going to make or break these teams in terms of their attacks in those close quarter situations?
CT performance. Raw CT performance. I think that on Inferno, it's really important to be able to hold sites, and as soon as you give up a site, it's almost impossible to take it back. I think that CLG is going to have a big advantage starting on CT side here. However, if Cerus can take some good rounds off of them on CT, then I think that they'll have a chance to take it out in the end.
Yeah, we don't have it quite confirmed whether or not these are going to be the starting sides or if we're going to be doing a knife round to decide it. But I agree with you. I think CT side is really going to make or break either of these teams. If you are on the T side, though, what kind of scoreline are you looking for? I mean, obviously a 7-8 would be optimal, but do you think a 6-9 or even a 5-10 is comebackable?
I think they can do it from 5-10. I think that once you start to get to 4-11, that's a little rough territory because it's going to take you a long time to be able to buy over that.
Yeah, the economic situation can be rough on the T side, especially because even though there are those close quarter situations, there's always the opportunity to buy up on MAC-10s and armor and rush in. The CT side has a really good advantage in that they can kind of pick the length of the engagement. So for example, if you're CTs and you're saving, you can just hide on site. Or if you have an AWP, you can hide towards the cubbies, you can head towards mid. You kind of get to pick what kind of range the engagements are going to be at. So the economy is going to play a huge role here. Cerus eSports is a little bit more indie of a team than we've seen. We all know CLG. I don't think as many of us know CLG Red necessarily. But do you think the mental game is going to be a big factor here? CLG Red, no doubt, a ton of experienced players. Cerus eSports, a lot of more raw talent.
Yeah, I think that's true. But then again, when you look at the matchup, Cerus is a fairly well-known team. And CLG Red, maybe not so much. The thing is, in the mental matchup between the two teams, I think it depends on who starts on CT, honestly. I don't think that it has a whole lot to do with outside components. I think that it their performance in the first half.
Yeah, the team that gets the advantage in the first half, especially if they are on CT, will definitely have a better odds of taking the game as a whole. As far as individual performance go, I know we have a lot of players on Cerus eSports known for their rifling. CJ, Drake, and Lennon, all known for their kind of roll with that AK-47, and indeed they can be deadly. Not exactly sure who picks up those roles on CLG Red. I mean, we know there's a couple of notable players. Emmy and Rafinej, both pretty well known in the ESEA circuits. Miss Harvey did a little bit of panel work. She's been a few of the past DreamHacks. The first one that took place in Austin, I think it was 3 years ago.
Yes.
It was a couple of years ago, but it took place in Austin. Miss Harvey became a little bit of a celebrity inside that building. So she's a little bit more well-known. That might be a bit of a factor. CLG Red, though, I mean, they bring such a big name. CLG really has a lot of pedigree in CSGO. And esports in general now, I think their league team is good. So there might be a little intimidation factor almost.
Yeah. Well, that's true. I don't know. I've never seen this team specifically play together. I haven't seen the coordination between these players and the way that they choose to range sites. So I'm not sure exactly.
Hopefully, Cerus eSports is going to have a little bit more experience than CLG Red is likely to give them credit for. They've been frequent flyers down at Sandland. The most recent one at LA Cyber Cafe. They have quite a bit of experience on land. And these guys are a team that has been together for a good amount of time now. We know that they practice pretty darn heavily, whereas CLG Red might be underestimating them. They might think, oh, who are these guys? They don't even have all matching profile icons. So they might not take them quite as seriously as probably they should. But like you said, I mean, the CT advantage here is a huge aspect of it. More accurate weapons to control how far these engagements are going to take place. But it might just be the raw talent that brings things to a close here.
I also think it's going to be really important for the CTs to make sure to lock down Banana in the beginning of this game. It's really easy to get pushed through Banana quick, and more utility you can have. It's really important for them to win this first round, I think, so that they can have utility on that second round at keeping Cerus outside of it, or whoever's on outside of Banana.
Yeah, it's worth noting that while Cerus eSports, if they do decide to go for T for their first round, they'll have access to less accurate weapons, such as the MAC-10 compared to the 9. But CLG Red will be able to control the sight range, but if they go long range, they'll probably lose to the automatic weapons of Cerus eSports, and if they go short range, they probably lose there too. So if Cerus eSports can take this first round on T side, manage to rack up the economy a little bit, especially with that $1,200 SMG kill reward, they're very likely to get quite a bit of cash in their pockets and ride that all the way to the second half. So, looks like we're going to get into it pretty soon. All five players on both sides are now in the server. CLG Red, interesting profile picture theme going on.
Yeah,
Bitmojis.
Maybe some custom artwork happening there. I'm not sure.
I think those are just Bitmojis.
I'm not sure.
Maybe. I love them in my Snapchats. I don't love them anywhere else. Cerus eSports rocking a little bit more traditional, which I appreciate it. I think the aesthetics, most. 4/5 rounds up to 100%, kind of. Alright, so just a matter of seeing what these guys have in store. As far as the economic situation, we've discussed that. We talked a little bit about the sides. Drake, Lennon having a good time. Just two bros.
Lennon was having a little bit of trouble with the mouse there for a second.
Yeah, hopefully there are no technical difficulties here, though. Don't want to see this come down to a bit of a brass tack situation, but that might be what it is. As we get started into what looks like the knife round to decide, so probably going to be CT, whoever decides to pull through and take this out. Whoever gets the knife round probably going to head to the boys in blue.
You never know. CLG Red has a lot more karambits, so...
That's definitely the most, like, terroristic of the additional knives.
Oh, knife right mid. It's brutal.
Blades come out swinging. 3 survivors on the part of Cerus eSports, though not unscathed. The 4K for CJV. Those initial names, I swear. So, we're going to get right into it, and it does seem that Cerus eSports is going to head to CT. Match is live, and this is the first buy round.
All right, so it looks like we're going to kick off this pistol round with a full Kevlar buy from the T side, and Drake is going to pick up a CZ as well as Drossel.
Yeah, we've seen how powerful the CZ can be, both in long and short-range combat. There's been a little bit of a tendency for CC-75s to use as tap tools. Here they head into B site. Looks like a couple of kills brought out by Drake, showing off that CC-75. Krenej busts back. Drossel picks up one another, and he avenges his teammate as they head towards B. CJB and his teammate are on the offensive, and he picks off Benita, and now it's DIV in the 1v4 situation. They've only gotten 1 kill. She knows that there's no easy way out, and as he pushes through the smoke, Drossel might be able to take him down, but instead DIV follows back with a double kill of her own, but it's not enough. CJB takes her down in the end, and that's round 1 in favor of Cerus eSports. Now look at this economic situation. CLG Red, barely any money in the bank. If they wanted to, they could force, but they've learned to respect the might of Cerus eSports. Meanwhile, Cerus themselves, pretty good buyout for them.
Yeah, it looks like Div is only going to pick up a P250. He had the most money at the end of that round. I'm kind of surprised that he wasn't the one buying a CZ.
Yeah, weird economic situation there, but, you know, they might be just willing to put the CZs in the hands of the better aimed players, and here comes the push through apartments in A site. Unusual for a force buy like this. Looks like DIV is headed towards mid, trying to spot any rotates, but they are not budging from B site. Nades come out, a little bit of utility drawn away. They put a lot of money into those SMGs, and the fight comes down onto B site. Emmy picks up the first, taking down Drake, and the response is remarkably slow. This bomb is going to go down as DIV picks up a kill of her own. Drossel hits the dirt. Thurnis, however, busts back and avenges his teammate, taking down Rafinage. Thurnus falls as well. So now a 2v4 situation. Cerus eSports has more SMGs, but that doesn't stay for long as Emmy picks up the MP7, and they hope to retain this site. I don't think they realize about JMZ's positioning, and indeed, he can take down Bonita immediately. 2 in Graveyard, and Emmy with his fantastic positioning is a great crossfire on both of them. It takes down headshots from both. Emmy putting the nail in the coffin for round 2, and now what looked like a very not promising force buy has actually turned into a victory for CLG Red.
Yeah, and we're going to see that coming out of Cerus right now with only pistol buys. I don't know that they're going to be able to hold these sites with just pistol. Looks like a scout going on to CJB.
Yeah, most likely going to head towards either B site or mid. And in fact, it does. Yeah, in fact, it does look like he's going to head towards mid. Might be able to catch someone out. Shot in the toesies, maybe through the smoke.
And he's going to back up. He doesn't want to lose that scout up front.
That's a good chunk of their economic prowess here. DIV, though, caught down a little bit. Doesn't want to head towards alt mid just yet. Look at all these CTs. They're so clustered towards A.
Oh,
great shot.
Looks like they're just going to wait around and wait for picks for a little while.
Yeah, neutral bomb position here. They have it still towards T spawn. Looks like JMZ and Ross got B side locked down, but Emmy not content to sit around and wait. Go get some kill of her own on Drake.
Now it looks like those T sides are going to start heading towards A site. JMZ and Drossel are still sitting on B though. Hopefully they can get that rotate in.
Yeah, Cerus eSports very slow on the rotate so far, and it looks like action might be going on soon. Miss Harvey, I don't think realizes how close to Thurnus she was as they head towards A site. These boys on B site still convinced it's going to come towards them. CJB, the lone man in pit, might be able to pick off Emmy with a well-placed shot. Look at how slow this movement is. CJB heads onto the side of the spot CJB, but instead Emmy takes him down himself. 12 HP, but still manages to get the kill. And as they head to put the bomb down, looks like Cerus eSports is just going for the save. 3 men now on B site.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to pull this out all against rifles with just pistols. That's just not going to happen.
It's an unfortunate situation. They did play it conservatively, most likely the right play, but you know, I'd like to see a 3v4.
Yeah.
You know, you always want to see the fun stuff happen, but
well, and Emmy's only got 12 HP, so it could have been doable with a well-placed.
Doesn't even have to be well placed.
Yeah. Just a good strong push.
Just a pop in the pinky toe.
Yeah.
But oh well. CLG Red is going to pick up this second round in their bank, the 3rd overall, as Cerus eSports kind of almost. It seems like they got on the right foot, but
yeah,
it's like they ran out of right feet. So a really good situation for CLG Red. They got plenty of cash in the bank, tons of survivors from last round, means they are going to keep some of those AKs. It looks like Cerus eSports is once again going to have to go for a save. CZ75 in the hands of Thurnus. But other than that, I mean, just stock pistols all around. P250 for draw soul, but what can you do with the P250?
Shoot him in the pinky toe.
You could shoot him in the pinky toe. He didn't do it last round, though.
No.
At this point, how much damage does a P250 shot do to the pinky toe? I don't think that has its own separate hitbox.
Probably 3.
3? I feel like if I got shot in the pinky toe, it would be a little bit more devastating than that. Well, how important is the pinky toe?
Not that important.
It's connected to the heart. So is everything else, but the pinky toe is connected to the heart. Looks like they're headed on into B site. They completely missed red. They pretty much stacked up towards B, so this is most likely going to be a quick round, but oh my god, they got scared off by nothing.
Yeah. They're all just going to sit mid and wait for the mid push, but it's never going to come.
Well, they might be able to push through apartments if they get a little frisky with it, but I mean, look at how slow DIV is to take this to take the site. Little does she know that no one's on it, and they do call for the rotate. I mean, they got nothing to lose. I mean, altogether, I think their network is...
Yeah, but Bomb's trailing behind just now entering Banana, so they're going to have a hard time getting Bomb down before CTs get on site.
Yeah, with these smokes down already, I mean, the CTs are pretty much going to have a free path onto site. No blocked vision of their own. They don't have any smokes of their own to put down even, so Miss RV is going to put the bomb down. Looks like this is going to be a full save. Are we going to see a round where no one even gets shot?
Someone got flashed at the beginning of the round.
We've achieved world peace here in CSGO. Wow.
Attacking each other only with flashbangs.
Is this actually, is this going to happen? I've never seen this before.
Well, there's going to be some picks in the rotation on site.
I mean, there ought to be. Or else they're going to run right into a trap. Never mind. Ooh, Miss Harvey with the clutchest of angles.
Trades going down right here and some team damage.
Wow. What an interesting position behind the stairs. So now CJB is going to be the last man left. He's in library. She puts the cross arrow right, and that's going to be her doom. Emmy falls, but CLG won the round, but only barely in hell. But she might even go down too.
And you know what? With this economy, I don't know that they really did win the round because now Cerus has enough money to buy.
Yeah, meanwhile on CLG Red, they will have enough for an AWP if they feel. But it's really just a matter of even if they want to go for it. DIV does pick it up. Only UMP in the hands of Emmy. Not entirely sure why. Yeah, maybe just feels a little bit more comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Maybe an entry fragger roll.
Well, it's got that vertical spray pattern, so you can't really mess it up.
It's a much more predictable weapon than the AK-47, of course, but it's really just a matter of can they hold these sites. Like we talked about earlier, CTs can kind of control the pace of engagements. I want to see if they're going to be able to focus it on B. The man at spools can really keep them at bay.
Notice here, it's interesting that Drake decided to pick up head armor when everyone else on the team only went with Kevlar. On the CT side, AKs are one-shot headshot anyway, so there's no point in picking up head armor if you're going up against all AKs. However, with a UMP in the hands of Emmy, it might have been a smart idea on Drake's part to pick up that head armor.
You know what? He's directly countering her game plan here. The SMG is a little bit greedy of a buy. We know that 1,200 kill reward, but that's only if you get kills in the first place. And you know what? If she runs into Drake,
boy, is it sweet.
It's worth going for at the very least. So now DIV is trying to slice the pie with that AWP heading towards B side. But again, so conservative. Flashes are going to come out, and it looks like they're rotating towards A. Bomb still, however, in a very neutral position. Ooh. Big flash coming out. Bonita goes and gets the bomb. Now Miss Harvey.
Bonita's going B with it, though.
Oh, whoa. Oh,
yeah, it looks like they're going to rotate.
This is a very interesting rotate. Might have been spotted by Cerus. We saw those flashbangs come out, so we'll have to see if it pulls through. Right now, Cerus looks like he is doing his best to kind of maintain any sort of rotate out. So now the flashes are going to come out. The Molotov comes in. Miss Harvey charges in, no fear. Bonita takes one down. Miss Harvey drops as well. He spots CJB, but not before he leaves his mark. Takes down Rough and Edge in the process. Now Bonita is going to get the bomb down, but they have one hell of a site to protect. Only 34 health remaining on Drake means that he's most likely going to be the first man in, trying to get that information. But Emmy coming up from behind. This could be devastating if they don't aggress onto the site soon. Emmy spots Cerus. Doesn't quite get the kill off. That UMP just doesn't have the long-range power that the older brother AK counterparts have, but Emmy shows. Wow, Emmy, $2,400 from those kills. And let's take a look at this kill score right now. 9-2 for Emmy EMY. Fantastic play so far from her. Maybe that confidence, that purchase of the UMP was probably spurred on a little bit by that. Rough and Edge lagging behind by a good amount, though. 2-4 for her.
Cerus is hurting right now on the economy side.
Yeah, no man richer than 2,500. Meanwhile, CLG Red, they're eating lobster dinners.
Like we said, a lot of this match is going to come down to the CT side, and if Cerus isn't able to pick it up here get some rounds on CT, then I don't know that they're going to be able to pull out this match.
Yeah, the stack this time is not going to be on A or on mid. It's going to go towards B, and hell, they might be able to catch Rough and Edge and Bonita if they play a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, but Bomb's hanging out around second mid there, and looks like DIV is as well. They might be able to get that fast B push when they discover the
CZ75
stack.
manages to take down Rough and Edge, and now they trade 1 for 1. However, Bonita is basically trapped in A, and the smoke is going to have to come out, but a single bullet through the smoke is going to put her out. Nothing so far. Now they rotate towards A. They know exactly where the bomb is. They didn't see it on Bonita or on Rough and Edge, so now it's just a matter of who can race to the rotate faster. Drake is going to be the tip of the spear, but a little bit of hesitation on his part. That might be a bit of a mistake. He might have been able to catch him off guard.
But then again, you don't want to be at that 1v4.
Yeah, the 1v4 is rough. The element of surprise is strong, but
if he charges sight, then it becomes a 3v4, and that's not a fun retake.
Yeah, they do get the AK into the hands of CJB. Might just be a save. I mean, they haven't had rifles in their hands. Well, actually, they had it last round, but it's been a lot of saves. I mean, in these first 5 rounds, they've only had 2 rifle rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, CLG Red kind of proving that a little bit of that mental game comes into commotion here. We saw how in that first round, I mean, CLG Red got steamrolled.
Yeah.
I mean, they really just got destroyed by the aggression of Cerus eSports. But
well,
now,
you know, those CZs against other pistols are going to put you in the dirt, but against rifles, I don't know if they can do that much damage.
Whoa. Oh, I thought DIV got the shot. The massive stack in the corner. They are all going to survive, albeit one of them just barely. So CLG Red goes up 5-1.
Cerus is finally going to have enough money to have an AWP in their hands. Let's see how that plays into this.
Yeah, Cerus, we saw him head towards, was it mid last time with the scout? Last time he had a scope?
I'm willing to bet Well, no, he's gonna go mid again.
Oh. I'm hoping for like sandbags or maybe in a really aggressive A peak.
Well, Drake's gonna rush down mid, trying to get some frags right off the top.
Very spicy. This kind of crossfire setup. Cerus picks one off immediately. Almost gets 2 for the money.
Oh, and the no-scope!
A no-scope headshot too. EMY, the major fragging tower, will go down. So now Refinage, the only woman towards B, as they head towards A's site. The rotate hasn't quite come out from JMZ, but that doesn't mean they don't have quite a bit of opposition on the site. They might not be able to spot this man from library. CJB just inches away from getting the right angle.
Oh, and able to get that frag before that molly. That's huge. This round's looking way in Cerus' favor.
And we talked earlier about how Refinage was just a shot to the pinky toe away from going down, and again she finds herself in that situation. JMZ and CJB, plenty of rifles to their names, a little bit of utility left. Might be able to smoke off Graveyard, but they got plenty of time to work with. Looks like CJB is going to be the man who etches ever so slowly towards sight. If he spots Miss Harvey right off the bat, it's going to be a quick kill. Just the tip of the head and manages to get the pixels to connect.
CJB coming in big for the CTs right here.
And CGB more like CG Bay. So now CJB does manage to clutch that round out. JMC was there too, but you know, he's just hanging out. He's doing his thing. Looking pretty. Let's take a look at the scoreboard now. 9:04 for CJB. He is definitely putting his team on his back, hoping to claw out this comeback victory for the first half. We're already on round 7, so 9 kills to his name, but dwarfed by the 11-3 scoreline of Emmy.
With these scorelines, it looks like it's more like a 1v1.
Yeah, CJB and Emmy are really putting it all on the line for themselves. I mean, a lot of great support rifling has come out from both of these teams. A lot of team damage, though, on Ref and Edge. And DIV proves that she can do a little bit more. Takes down Thurnis, but Drake busts back. Miss Harvey will fall as well. So, Cerus eSports managing to hold 2 men apiece. I mean, aside from apartments, which I think CLG Red has really been abusing almost with their rotates, there aren't a whole lot of options for them to approach sites, especially with a little bit lackluster of rifles. They have plenty of AKs and an op to their name as well, but it's in the hands of DIV, who we haven't seen a whole lot of action from before, the AWP. Looks like they are finally heading towards B. Good crossfire set up by JMZ and CJ Bay. We're going to see if they can maintain it as they push it on the side. JMZ, though, might be getting a little bit.
Oh, he's able to get one. That was really risky.
That was risky business. Got the info, though, because you saw the elbows peeking out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're forced to rotate. But little do they know, Drake is ready for it. If they decide to come up alt mid, or... Oh, is he going to catch Bonita?
Yup, looks like it.
DIV, though, is going to bust back. Tries to get the shot off, but not enough.
This close range off game isn't going to work out in his favor.
That flash didn't work out either, but 100 damage on Emmy. Takes her down as well. It's now Div in the 1v3. If anyone can do it, it's her. That AWP is so deadly, but Draw Soul denies the opportunity for that ace clutch. So she is going to fall 3-5 in favor of Cerus eSports. We're really seeing them crawling back into the game.
The opportunity.
You can't hear it at home, but we're actually slapping our knees right now. For those of us just joining us, CLG Red versus Cerus eSports. One has the esteem of the CLG name, the other the raw talent of an upstart. Both 1-0. This is going to decide who has to go home with a 1-1 scoreline and who has the clean 2-0. It's a question. The T's coming out, and CJB with a massive amount of damage takes down Refinage, and JMZ picks up one for himself. If they push into the smoke, JMZ spots Miss Harvey out, but that was such a dirty gunfight. Managed to pick up Bonita behind her. I didn't even think he was aiming for her.
Completely drowned.
Team kill from Draw Soul. He makes up for it, takes down Emmy, and wins the round. But what a clown fiesta that B push was.
You know what? It's just payback for all the team damage that Refinage has taken.
Just returning the favor.
Yeah.
CLG Red now, I mean, the way you saw that round play out, it was as if they had Mac 10s and were just going for the drive-by. But they had
Yeah, it's
rifles.
curious that they had rifles and chose to rush that hard. But you know, like we were saying before, the CTs just completely drown them out with utility and banana right there, and there's no way that they could get through all those mollies and all those smokes unscathed. And when it comes down to it, they're walking into the fight with 1 less CP. That's going to be an advantage for CLG.
Yeah, Cerus.
Sorry for Cerus.
Yeah, again, a bit of a strange approach here. Cerus just picking them apart. Drawsoul picking up a 3 so far. Might make it a 4. Benita, however, falls to CJ Bay. Bleh. By the end of this game, I will pronounce his name correctly at least once more. I promise. So
What if it's not even CJB?
What do you think? It's Kajib?
It could be.
Kajebe? I'll have to ask after the game, but 5-5 scoreline. Cerus eSports brought this back from the brink. And now we're in the last third of the first half. Looking pretty darn even. Full utility on both teams. Got helmets and Kevlar abounding. Utility match. So Drake is going to... Oh my god, Drake going huge with these 2 kills in all mid. Managed to make this from a fair round, the fair success so far, into one of the least fair we've seen. Miss Harvey will bust back, but that damage is huge because that's not just kills. That's a ton of information in regards to their game plan.
Yeah, and it looks like CLG is gonna have to rotate here. They're not able to take second mid with those 2 frags from Drake.
Fantastic stuff from him. It's all really a matter of it's not about who gets the first hit. It's about who gets the last.
Yeah.
And CLG Red has proven that they're able to bounce back both in the micro game, round per round, and in the macro game. So let's see if they can eventually get this B push. They're not going to have Miss Harvey, a pretty potent fragging force in herself, to back them up as they head in. So instead they decide, you know what? We don't need to be a 2 versus 2. We can be a 3 versus 1. So they will head to A site. Most likely through apartments. Oh, a little bit of indecisiveness.
Yeah, no, it looks like they're pushing B. I mean, as we've seen through this game, it's largely momentum driven. The T side CLG was able to get some rounds right at the beginning, and they just carried that out. But once Cerus was able to pick up that momentum, it hasn't stopped yet.
Yeah, I think if Cerus eSports wins this round, I think they're actually going to come on top in this first half. An unlikely scoreline, seeing the 1-5 earlier. CJB and JMZ setting up a fantastic crossfire. Super aggressive position from Benita there is going to fall to JMZ, and CJB picks up one of his own, but now, through the smoke, JMZ sprays down Miss Harvey. For now a 6-5. Cerus eSports is winning this game.
And it looks like a timeout coming from CLG here.
Yeah, what was that, five round losses in a row?
Yep.
That's rough stuff. They're really going to need to bounce back. We talked about how important the mental game can be, but I can only imagine the frustration that Emmy's at right now. She's got more than double the kills of the next top fragger on CLG Red at only 6 in the hands of DIV.
But even Emmy, as we've seen, she was at an 11-3 scoreline just a couple rounds ago, and now she's 13-7. I don't know that they can compete against this Cerus momentum. I was curious to see if it carries on throughout the half.
Yeah, they've really gotten the ball rolling so far. So Cerus eSports sporting a lot more even of a kill score. CJB is 12-6, pretty darn impressive, but Thurness lagging behind a little bit behind everyone else. I mean, Drake, JMZ, Drawsoul, 8-piece to their name. Drake kind of proving himself as almost like a retake entry at this point. I mean, he's got 10 deaths on him, but the amount of impact and the impactful frags he's had, I mean, he might as well have 20 kills the way he's affecting this game.
Yeah. Looks like a full save might be coming out here for CLG.
Yeah, they don't have enough money to pick up. Well, they could do a couple AKs. They could do an AK on Benita and Miss Harvey.
Yeah.
Miss Harvey throws it to Emmy. Then UMPs for the rest, maybe?
I guess, although we've seen that Emmy is really comfortable with that UMP, so maybe she just comes out with one of those and not looking like it, though.
Yeah, CC75 is picked up by them. The other SMG. The SMG of the sea. I was trying to make a tuna joke, but it didn't work out. So now Thurness is going to get his hands on that AWP. I'm sure he's been waiting quite a long time for it. So he is going to have it. Interesting to see whether or not he decides to go to mid, like we've seen in the past, or maybe just go straight to site. Is this another? Oh, it looks like the pause is going to be canceled out. A whole lot of time to decide that buyout. A lot of utility in the hands of Cerus eSports. Same can't be said for CLG Red.
Yeah. And you know, Thurness is going to be able to just hold mid with that off, and they're not going to be able to do anything. It's going to be really difficult for them to get any kills off the pin.
Yeah, we saw I want to call it a crossfire, but was it really a crossfire when the other guy was in the cubby and he was I mean, they've set up almost like a mousetrap situation where, yeah, go ahead, come mid.
Yeah.
See what happens. And indeed, they do decide to go mid. A fantastic push from them. Thurness doesn't even have time to get to the top of mid. He's going to get overwhelmed. Fantastic flash. 2 with the P250. Might be a third.
And the looks like Drossel's going to come in and just clean up shop right after that.
Wow. You know, that's what a successful eco looks like.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot more teamwork come out of Cerus right now. It looks like CLG is just getting carried by Emmy, and there's not a whole lot of effort coming from the other players in terms of communication. But Cerus here is coming back.
And they're on a tear so far. One more round, and they'll secure an advantage going into the second half. But we did talk earlier about how, even a 5-10 half is winnable. And CLG Red has secured at least that, if not more. I mean, even a 6-9 starts to look even more and more daunting. Look at Cerus with his positioning. Emmy doesn't even know what she's getting into with this peak. Slices the pie, catches him off, but he was already retreating, so no kills there. But Miss Harvey going in huge in the apartment. Takes down both Cerus and Drossel. No more AWP for those of Cerus eSports. And they're going to head in towards A almost as quickly as they possibly can. The momentum from this individual round could cost them quite a bit. Emmy does fall to Drake. Fantastic flick going back up towards balcony, and now they're kind of driving them off a little bit. 4 versus 1, but Drake is repelling CLG Red. Managed to take down 1, make it 2 before Miss Harvey can bust back. Didn't even have a chance to respond. JMZ with a very odd angle being played, and now Miss Harvey in the 1v2 being kept up the boxes, and JMZ and Drake 2 and 3 respectively. I can't think of a better round that Drake has done so far.
Yeah, hopefully, though, Miss Harvey's going to start picking up some momentum here. She had 3 kills that round. It looks like she's starting to get warmed up. Maybe she'll be able to do something for CLG in the way of some rounds.
A little bit more frags coming out of her would be nice. So far, pretty more even on the scoreboard. But like we said, Cerus eSports, we see a pretty flat kill score divided amongst the 5. Looking very communist. I was put off by that red icon, to be honest. But CLG Red, I mean, like you said, Emmy's really kind of putting the team on her back, which sometimes can be good, but not always. Now Drossel might be able to pick off Miss Harvey in apartments. I don't think they realized that the second man was coming, so now they're retreating a little bit. Cerus, however, holding the angle.
Looks like he's going to say pit with that off, and if anybody comes up.
Yeah, in New Inferno, you don't have that pillar there anymore. Remember that light post?
Yep.
So you can't dodge in and out of it so much like you could on the old Inferno, but it's still a very valuable spot, because not only can you watch balcony, and potentially if anyone comes from library, say on a weird B to A rotate, but you also can just peek over a little bit, and all of a sudden you have clearance of arches.
Yeah. Looks like CLG is playing for some picks here. They're kind of spread out. I don't know how that's going to work out for them in the 4v5, though. Bombs Banana with...
Can't tell exactly. Oh, it looks like Benita.
Refnage and... the other in Banana, but...
Wow. The IV gets taken down, and Emmy busts back, so that's a pair of kills, but usually that favors the T side, because, the CTs have to be split, the Ts don't, but...
I don't know if... Oh, well, now they know they're in Banana. I don't know if Cerus knew that pushing Banana there.
CJB with a frag for himself. Gets revenge, killed by Emmy, though, and Emmy takes down another for trouble, and now it's a 2v2. Drossel and Cerus are making their way towards B side, but that bomb is going to go down. 40 seconds, tick-tock, as they head through Banana. Man in construction, actually 2 in construction, really, so Benita kind of has the goal here to be able to pick up Drossel, but if they make any kind of positioning changes, this could be devastating. They're really putting all their eggs in one basket and all their players in one construction site.
Yeah. Oh, Emmy able to get a couple of shots off there on Drossel, and she takes down Cerus through the wall.
Drossel going for the most Hail Mary diffuse I think I've ever seen. Did not work out in his favor, so CLG Red is going to put a halt to that momentum, but I mean, look at the money situation. Plenty of cash in Cerus eSports. They should be able to not completely buy out in terms of utility, but they should be able to come close. CLG Red, they buy out too, so this is going to be the final rifle round, final round of the half before they decide to switch. If it's a 9-6, I'm going to give it to Cerus eSports, but if it's an 8-7, I think CLG Red might be able to clutch this out from behind.
I think it all depends on who wins this round, because like we were seeing earlier, right now, Cerus eSports still has that momentum. They may have lost a round, but they're still up.
Yeah, they tripped, but they haven't quite fallen yet. So a lot of damage on Ref and Edge. CJB has been pulling off, I pronounced his name right, has been pulling off the strangest odd angles. I mean, we saw him there. He was on top of sandbags, it looked like.
Yeah. And
you always check behind sandbags, but you never bother to look over. I'm interested to see how his odd positioning is going to take place, especially on
CLG looks like they're playing this split hunting for picks lineup again. It seemed to work for them last time, so maybe they'll get something out of it. They got bomb at mid, so they can get that quick rotation and wherever they get the pick first. And Cerus is looking a little bit anxious with JMZ rotating off of B site, leaving just... Who is that?
believe that's CJB on the other side. If one man can hold the site, though, it's going to be him. But this playing for picks maneuver, oh, great bait by Cerus there, using the molly to force Miss Harvey movement and then just taking advantage of it.
He's going to hold this corner with his op. I'm not sure that they're going to be able to get past that.
Yeah, that's a really
looks
rough
like
angle.
JMZ did rotate back to B.
This almost looks like a mid to B. Cerus with a nasty off pick. Gets the leg shot, but it's not enough. Benita with the long-range AK taps towards Draw Soul. I think they still think the bomb's coming towards B. The rotate is called off, the reference call, so they know it's going to be on A, but the bomb is going to go down. Rather, it won't actually, as Drake single-handedly holds the site. Benita and Div fall. So now 6-9 in favor of Cerus eSports as they switch over to the T side. Looking at the scoreboard here, I mean, Emmy definitely on top. Or, excuse me, actually, ESEA is still resetting the map, so can't quite see skill boards yet. But Emmy putting the team on her back, really carrying them to victory. Meanwhile, I mean, again, Cerus eSports, we've had JMZ, CG Bay. God damn it. Okay, Drossel, we've seen them all really turn up. Drake with the very high impact kills.
Yeah, and Cerus he was lagging behind a little bit there, but I think that with that, when you're an offer, you kind of have to sit around and wait for picks. Sometimes they just don't come your way, and you can't really control that.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think Cerus eSports and CLG Red both didn't quite get the frequency of AWPs as they wanted. We've seen it in the hands of VIV a couple of times to occasionally good effect, occasionally no effect. Meanwhile, Cerus eSports, despite having the economic lead for the majority of that half, we only saw a couple of ops heading towards mid, and, you know, again, same story. Either they were high impact or no impact.
Yeah, and not to give it a sports analogy, but I think that you can kind of look at off kills as 3-pointers in basketball. A lot of times in basketball matches, in basketball games, they analyze the team's 3-point goals in the first quarter as a determiner for how the game is actually going to end. You might be able to see that coming out here in this match a little bit with these off kills.
Yeah, like you said, it's the momentum game, and right now it is in favor of Cerus eSports. They did manage to clinch out the victory in that first half, only barely though. I mean, 2 rounds ahead, or 3 rounds ahead rather, is not much. So if CLG Red can win this first round, they might be able to just ride the economic train all the way to an even game.
Interesting buy on CLG here. We're seeing only one pistol buy, and the rest are
Whoa.
just...
Crazy singles Glock shot from Drossel is going to take down Refinage as they head toward B, but in fact, the bomb is at A. And look at how scared they are to rotate. There's 3 men on B's site, and Miss Harvey is all alone towards A. If they push towards apartment now while making sure that CLG can't rotate towards B's site, it's going to be devastating for them as they try to hold it. CLG not content to sit back and wait, does advance towards B's site. Drossel takes down Emmy, Benita takes down him. But now it's just a matter of Miss Harvey going to read the rotate. Gets one with the 75, but it's not enough. Just the wall of Glock shots is going to take her down. So now a 2v3, and this bomb is going to get down, and they're going to be able to position themselves for free. Benita is going to have to wait in library. Alright, so it looks like Div and Benita both towards arches are going to aggress on them. Drake, however, positioned towards the library view angle. CJB might be able to spot him first, take a few more kills for himself. Benita getting pecked at from long range.
They do have information, though. They pretty much know where everybody is on site. They certainly know where Drake is in pit.
Yeah, it's just a matter of CJB, and as soon as she spots him, Hex of the Dome is going to take him down. So now Cerus
Able to trade with Div there.
Benita's the only one
But
alive.
I just don't think that there's any approach towards Drake and pit here. And he's
Oh
able
my
to
God.
rush out and get that kill on Benita.
Okay, did you see what she was doing? It didn't work out, as you can see. But she threw the smoke down, triggered the bomb, and then walked out immediately in order to trigger aggression from Cerus eSports, trying to prevent some kind of fake from going off. But in fact, you know, it just worked out perfectly for them.
Well, and we saw in that first round of the match that Cerus eSports just dominated on pistol round. I don't think that there was any way we were going to see CLG taking the round.
Yeah, we've seen their dominance before, but again, if we're seeing repeats of the first round, that's bad news for Cerus eSports. CLG Red doing fantastic on these anti-ecos, but look at the MAC-10 lineup for Cerus eSports. Inferno looking like Compton right now in this second half. Is that... whatever. So now Emmy is going to rush towards Banana. Super conservative placement. Wow, great stuff from Refinage as she's able to take down 2 towards Banana. And this is pretty much free if they decide to head towards A. I mean, they got first few picks.
It's interesting to see CLG rotating off of B while Cerus starts heading towards B.
Yeah,
I think that if they're able to group up and all three push together, that they can definitely take and hold site with that Mac 10 advantage.
yeah, the low HP totals of Emmy definitely proves that an aggressive rush might be what they need, and indeed it's what they decide. Whoa, Drake! The jumping Mac 10, single shot to the dome takes down Emmy. Truly the ice cube of our generation as they get the bomb down on B's site. Reffinage is going to be the first responder. Just got friends towards Banana, though. Again, they really can't control the situation here. Reffinage, if she pops out, might be able to take down Drake, but the mollies are going to throw out. Cerus picks up 2 for himself. Drake, however, and JMZ both with a pair of frags to end the round off. So what looked like what could have been a heartbreaker for Cerus eSports just destroyed CLG Red. Look at their economy.
Well, you're going to see that again and again with that Mac 10 buy, and CLG, isn't going to be able to buy armor. Those SMGs are just going to rip right through them.
Yeah, and like we said earlier with the UMPs, 1,200 kill reward. The Mac 10s aren't quite as... Oh, a little bit of team damage. JMZ, come on. A little too much bloodlust. The UMP is a lot more versatile of a weapon than the Mac 10. I mean, the Mac 10 is just entirely suited to those close-range brawls, almost. Let's see if they can control these sightlines.
We're going to see a couple of AKs here. I'm surprised that Drake and Thurnis decided to buy out when CLG is full saving.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a whole lot to lose here for CLG Red, so it's kind of a surprise that they're playing so conservatively. We saw Cerus eSports with those crazy stacks towards mid. Remember when we saw the 4-man crossfire? CLG Red, however, a little bit more reserved in their approach. But, you know, the way they're set up, they have no reason to move. Cerus eSports.
You know, they're all playing, CLG is all playing towards Boiler right now. If Cerus wanted to, they could smoke off Boiler and run arches.
Yeah, the mid to B play is a little bit spooky, but
it looks like it's going to be a hard B push from Cerus, but Benita's able to take out Drossel, and the trade from CJB.
Benita's going to be the last woman left on site as they push into Molly's. Oh, it's just not going to touch her. Just barely she manages to stay, and they might not check that spot. Drake, however, way too smart for that kind of trick, manages to check it. Thurnis gets a frag for himself. They spot the rotate towards Banana. A little bit of an odd angle. I'm not sure if they spot it. 1 for the money. That's 2 for the show that we saw right there. Let's see if Thurnis can get 3.
And it looks like JMZ and CJB are going to get a little greedy here and chase him down.
Yeah, he made the call to his team, go, go, go. So now JMZ is going to chase down DIV.
Oh! That crosshair placement, you just can't beat it.
Yeah, take note, boys. Fantastic stuff from Cerus eSports in the second half. I mean, if I told you these teams were once at a 5-1 scoreline, would you believe me?
Nope.
Yeah, 11 rounds in a row. They've even been through a half switch.
Well, no, CLG did get that 1 round at the end of the
Oh, yeah, you're right.
half.
Okay, so a little bit of speed bumps on the way. But Cerus eSports doing a fantastic job of riding that momentum for the first half. Like you said, once they get it going, it's hard to stop.
That Molly coming out quick from the CTs, and it's
Crazy push out from CJB is going to take down Reffinage. A little bit trapped in the corner there, but the rotate's going to come out fast. DIV heads towards the site. But look at all these smokes. I mean, it's so hard to push through those because you just have no idea where the CTs are going to be on a site like B where there's so much clutter, so many boxes to hide behind. You've got dark, you've got spools, you've got construction.
yeah, and I think Cerus was hoping for a little bit of a rotation there from CLG so that they could rotate to A site, but it looks like they're staying steady and they're not going to rotate off A site. Emmy and Miss Harvey are not falling for their tricks.
Yeah, these are two guys who have, or excuse
Women.
me, two
ladies
who have done a fantastic job of really playing defensively. I mean, this team is not rotating the way that we saw Cerus eSports. Real hot on the trigger there, but movement towards arches. I mean, this is looking a little bit sketchy. Miss Harvey alone in apartments. We've seen it a few times. Might catch Thurnis off guard, but
She in apartments or
might be in a maybe. Yeah. So Miss Harvey is going to take the first kill. Manages to secure apartments, but that information is crucial. Drossel doesn't check the corner. Checks it a little bit too late, and CJB is going to die for his troubles. Bomb is going to go down, but plenty of time to position themselves. Thurnis heading towards pit. Drossel most likely going to stay on site or head towards cemetery.
And I'm not sure how much help DIV is going to be with that op right now. Can't push into site, so Benita's going to have to entry by herself.
Yeah, she's heading towards balcony, but Thurnis is well prepared for it. Drossel also has a little bit of a sightline if he decides to stop crouching. A second smoke comes out. Actually, a Molotov is going to block off DIV. Benita manages to get the first. Can she get the second?
This is going to be a really rough matchup. Yeah, he did that off. He's not going to be able to.
Yeah, Drossel's likely going to die on sight from the bomb unless he can get out of there fast enough. And indeed he can, but rough calls for them. Only 6 HP on Drossel. Again, if he trips going down those stairs, it's going to be a clean round for Cerus eSports. So look,
more than a B250 shot to the pinky toe. That's for sure.
Maybe just a mean look from a passerby. So now CLG Red sitting at only 6 rounds. Cerus eSports just 3 rounds away from clutching this out for a 2-0 victory against one of the biggest names in Counter-Strike.
And it looks like they're sending 3B. We haven't seen them do this a whole lot. We didn't see Cerus do this a whole lot either. It's an interesting strategy considering that if Cerus decides to go mid, they're kind of screwed.
Yeah, B site and its kind of connector along with Banana just kind of makes it really difficult to push through, because not only can you smoke off one area and they push through, but then you just smoke off the next and then repeat ad infinitum. But with A site, I mean, there's so many angles to control. I don't know if this was the right move by them. JMZ shooting a couple of victory shots. Miss Harvey in a crazy position, might be able to take out 3 if she's patient enough. Takes down Drossel and has to retreat, but that's a big amount of damage. Cerus, JMZ pick up a pair of their own. Drake busts back, revenging JMZ's death.
Divs rushing towards mid, but I'm not sure that he's going to be able to get that pick. Key.
A great shot from Thurnis is going to put her out of commission. So now Miss Harvey, the last woman in the server.
He's able to pick up an AK, though, and get 1 pick.
Against Drake, too. We've seen
This
how
is
high
suddenly
impact this
looking
strike's
like
can
a
be.
possibly doable takeback. I mean, Thurnis only has 9 HP. That's not going to take a whole lot, but CJD is pushed up into CT. I'm not sure that this Harvey is going to be able to get to sight, and it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, those guys dancing around the pole there. Remember, bullets can't go through metal in this game, so they just pinged off of that pole. Really difficult time getting damage onto either of them, but Cerus eSports will come out on top yet again. And CLG Red, I mean, they've got rifles this round, but look at their economic situation. The richest among them can't even afford a used Honda Civic. So now it's just a matter of can they win this round and carry that momentum into the next. And if they can't, Cerus eSports is not only going to beat, they are going to destroy CLG Red with a clean second half. You know, we talked about CT advantage on this map. Cerus eSports is making it look T-sided.
Yeah, seriously. Well, you know, that was an interesting volley.
Yeah, I thought it was going in the window.
Yeah, me too.
That was like 200 IQ. Smoked off arches, so Bonita's kind of trapped away from the site. They're just trying to funnel everyone in towards the stereotypical A site positioning, but it's only 4 on site. VIP left alone at B and make it 3.
That flick.
Bonita is in a good position on site, but her teammates are both in pit.
And
Oh
yes.
my god, they're going mid to B. Making it look like dust too, and with the rotates off site, DIV is going to get caught with her pants down as she's headed towards Banana, and the rest of the team is going to get on for free.
Oh,
CG
CG with a 1 through CT. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, making it look casual. Drake picks up one of his own, but looks like Cerus eSports just completely outplayed CLG Red.
And Miss Harvey, I don't know if she should have picked up that gun right there. I think she might have had better luck if she had just stuck with her M4.
Yeah. 2 guns are good, but usually 1 can do the job. CLG Red at 6-15. I mean, again, if I told you that at some point the scoreline was 5-1, you'd call me a liar.
Yeah, and you know, CLG is going to have a really tough time defending this last round with only an eco with rifles on 3 of their women.
You were going to say men, right? These nades, though, that's a lot of damage on Cerus eSports. They might get a little cocky here. Cockiness loses
Deagle buy
games.
from Refinage on B site. I don't know that that's going to be very useful to them at the back of site.
Especially when they're rushing in this fast. I mean, there's plenty of guys on site. Bonita, however, a little bit of team damage there. Takes down JMZ. So now a 2v4 situation. Drake at only 24 as he rushes on the site. Thurnis gets taken down as well. It's the 1v4 situation. If anyone can do it, it's Drake, but they're just inches from victory. They don't want to oversell themselves just yet.
What just happened to the Cerus that we've been seeing this whole second half?
They were way too confident going in on B's site. Drake might be able to pick off someone if they decide to flank through B, but they got great bomb control. They know roughly where he is. Rough edge taken down. Emmy, however, coming up from behind. I'm not sure if he's got her on his mind. Very tense situation is Drake in the 1v3. He's got 45 seconds left. There's no way he's going to make it out alive.
towards Emmy. There's no way that he's going to be able to survive that.
The rifles of Emmy, we've seen so many kills as a result of her marksmanship. And now that's another tally on her butt. I mean, like the buttstock. Sorry, bad wording. So now 12-17 for Benita, 20-16 for Emmy, finally breaching 20 kills. 23 on Drake, however, 23 and 17. I mean, we've seen how high impact he can be, but, I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, really with this game, you're just not going to be able to, especially on Inferno, you're not going to be able to take this match with an uneven scoreline like that. The CTs here are really just hurting with their bottom frags.
Yeah, Emmy, very clever positioning of her own. He's going to catch everyone off guard. Takes down one, takes down two with the help of Div. Now Drossel, the only man to get a kill on Cerus eSports. God, that is not how you want to enter a site. Only a Deagle in Thurnus' hands. We saw it work out for CLG Red last round, but is it going to work out for him? Drossel and Thurnus both pick up frags of their own, and suddenly this is looking winnable.
Yeah, this is a 2v2 now. Drossel will be able to take out Emmy.
Wow.
They're on site now. They can plant.
Refinej is the only person who can stop this victory. Bomb is going to go down.
Her position.
And that's going to be it. Thurnus picks it up 16-7 over CLG Red. Cerus eSports with a very impressive victory over one of the biggest names in Counter-Strike. 16-7 over CLG Red for Cerus eSports, who goes 2-0 with that 1-1 score going to CLG. I don't know what to say. Fantastic play from both sides, but the raw talent of Cerus eSports is going to win it out. So congratulations to Cerus eSports, and better luck next time to CLG Red. Yet again, my name is Brightside.
I'm Sad Dish.
And thank you guys for tuning in to another game for the ESEA Weekly League. Hopefully we'll see you guys next time.